Okay, Tux is gone now. So welcome back to my channel. I'm Taylor. So today I'm gonna talk about do a what would Taylor do video. If you follow me on Instagram, I put in a little, like one of those little question boxes where you could like drop in anything that you wanted to ask, and I would give you my opinion on what I would do. So this is that video. So if you're interested in seeing or hearing what I would do in a given situation, just keep watching. I'm out of breath, sorry, I was chasing the puppy around. But if you're interested, just keep watching. Okay, let me pull up the questions. Okay, so we're gonna start off light and then move to the heavier stuff. So to start us off, fuck, kill, or marry DJ Trump, Biden, or Bernie. So obviously kill Trump, and for legal reasons this is a joke, but for the purposes of the question, kill Trump, that's obvious. Marry Bernie, fuck Biden? I think that makes the most sense. So yeah, if your man wanted to give up, if your man wanted you to give up your dogs for him, what would Taylor do? Taylor would leave him, period. What would Taylor do about a scenario where a toxic friend you're trying to cut off enters into one of your friend groups? It depends on what kind of role this friend have and what kind of role this person plays in your life. In my opinion, if they're not a close friend of yours. Okay, so if it's not a close friend, I would just distance yourself. And if they were like an important part of your life, then definitely have a conversation. But you know, some people that you're not close to, it doesn't make sense to have this whole blown out conversation, drawn out, conversation. If you're not close, then you can just try to phase the person out. I don't know if that's the best advice, but it's kind of difficult. But if they're toxic and y'all are close and they have toxic ways, then you definitely need to have a conversation. Hi, Wee. Cuddle. You want to cuddle with your mommy. It's a baby Whippy. Me too. Okay, let's go. Let's go down there. What would Taylor do if you were truly in love but your partner had already dated one of your friends? See, for me, it would never get to that because I have never dated a friend's ex, or to me that's just girl code. I just stay away from that territory, so I would never be in this kind of predicament. So yeah, so Taylor wouldn't do that. But what would you do if your parents don't approve of the person you love? That's been everybody I've dated, so it won't work out anyways. It don't matter. What would you do if your partner is still super friends with his ex and or the mother of his children? I've had exes like this and it made me uncomfortable, and I let them know. Okay. Hi, Dr. Waxy. Okay, calm down. Calm down, Dr. Waxy. This is the puppy Tuxy Waxy. Really Tux, but okay, so you're supposed to be going to bed, Tuxy Waxy. Okay, so I've been in situations where my ex is still friends, or my boyfriend at the time is still friends with their ex, and I didn't realize that they were I honestly didn't realize that they had, well, they weren't ex, but they had slept together, and I didn't realize it until after the fact, so it didn't really affect me. But I've had exes who were not super friends, but either way, it's technically not what the question's asking. If they were super friends, I would just tell them I was uncomfortable with this. The mother of his children is a little bit different. I feel like you kind of have to deal with that person. Well, you do have to deal with that person for the rest of your life, so that's a little bit touchy. But if it's just an ex that they don't have any kids together, then definitely tell them that I'm uncomfortable if it makes me uncomfortable. And it probably would. What would you do if you found out while dating him that his ex had a baby from him? I feel like I kind of went over that in the last one. What would you do if you don't get along with your partner's family? And that's happened to me before. So my partner knew, because I told them that I did not like his one of his family members, and I would just I would be respectful, because obviously you have to respect people, but I wouldn't hang around or just kind of distance myself. But definitely I was still respectful, and my partner also knew not to put us in a lot of situations that made us uncomfortable or made me uncomfortable. So yeah, just communicate. What would you do if your partner doesn't introduce you to their friends? I feel like a lot of people have had this to happen. I haven't had it to happen to where they don't introduce me to their friends, but doesn't introduce you as like a girlfriend, like that kind of weird stage. But they don't introduce you to your friend. If a man weren't to introduce me to his friends, honestly, I don't really care, because I don't want to hang out with your friends anyways 9 times out of 10. So it's less people I have to interact with, so it doesn't really bother me like it used to, because I used to think it was super symbolic. But honestly, less people I have to interact with. Plus, if you're dating someone for a while, you're bound to meet their friends. But if they're purposely trying to hide you, that kind of thing, then bring it up, because if you care. For me, I just don't care, unless it was someone that they hang out with a lot and they literally would exclude you from it, then that's definitely weird. What's this? Stop licking me! What would you do if you had to have a long distance relationship? I won't say I've never done long distance. I've done long distance that was like drivable, so you could drive, but if you had to like fly, to me it's not super sustainable unless both parties really want to be together. So I mean, I would try to see if we could work out some type of schedule. If that doesn't work, or I just feel like it doesn't work unless someone can commit to moving to that other person's location. So that's eventually where it will have to get for me, but until then I will have to work out a schedule to see my partner. What would you do if your partner sucked in bed? No comment. No, I'm just kidding. That's a hard one. You really do need to communicate, because that could be why you break up. But honestly, it's so hard to communicate that to someone, especially if they think that they're doing a good job, because you're not telling them one way or the other, or if they're sensitive or get frustrated real easily, or just, you know, that kind of thing. But I would just try my best to communicate or teach them what to do, you know. I mean, that's really all you can do. And if it just doesn't work out, then you would have to be the judge of how important sex is in your relationship to determine if you want to proceed with it or not. What would you do if your partner doesn't want to put you on their social media, or they don't want you to put them on your social media? I mean, I'll respect it. I haven't had a partner to tell me not to put them on social media, and then it says or YouTube. Actually, my last boyfriend, or my most recent ex, said he only wanted to make like cameos on YouTube. Like, he didn't want to be like some type of YouTube couple, which I was fine with because I wasn't interested in being a YouTube couple, because this is my channel, it's not a couple's channel, so I didn't care about that. But I haven't had a partner to say, oh, don't put me on social media. And if they did, I would say, who are you hiding from? So that wouldn't be cool with me at all. And what's the next one? The last one is, what would you do if your partner has racist friends? Tell them, because that's not okay. Tell your partner, and then if you catch someone being, you know, racist in front of you, speak up, because that's not right. You have to definitely speak up and say something in that moment, because sometimes people need to know in that moment why something's not okay to say. So that is what I would do. So that was my last question. Sorry that the recording just randomly stopped. My card got full, my storage on my camera got full, so sorry about that. But that was my last question anyways. Definitely comment other things you want me to answer in another what would Taylor do series. This one was just kind of like a test run, so I'm deciding if I want to make this like a whole series or not. So if you like it, you know, give it a big thumbs up. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow me on social media, and especially Instagram at _Teylor Nicole. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys.